Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So I have a super fun unboxing for you today. This is a really interesting new tongue drum. I said it before and I will say it again, but I am just amazed at the innovation that has undergone in this industry in just the past few years. When I made my first video about tongue drums, that was like a year and a half ago. And at that point, the drum that I featured in that video was pretty much the nicest one available that was mass produced. Of course, you've always been able to get nice ones from independent makers, but the mass production has just exploded in the past year or so, and the innovation has just been so interesting to watch. A lot of makers are sticking with the steel approach, and so they're still magnetic and they have an interesting sound to them. And a lot of makers have sort of gone this route of using copper, which is pretty cool, and I think it sounds neat. But another thing that's been interesting to me, and this was of course first pioneered by the independent makers, they came out with, they call them tongue pans sometimes. These things that sound kind of like the more expensive hand pans because you've got multiple kind of cuts in the tongue of the drum, and that makes for some interesting overtones. And now the mass producers have started to make some like that as well. So this one is a tongue pan. It's made by Hluru, and really interestingly, it has a center sort of dome that you see on hand pans, and it's called a ding. So let's open this up and we're gonna see what this is like, because I'm very excited. Okay, here we go. So wow, we've got this super nice case. I'm going to show you the accessories real quick, because we've got some accessories in here, and I think they're kind of the standard tongue drum accessories. Yeah, I've seen this pack a few times. You've got your mallets. I do actually really love these mallets. I think they work really well and they sound nice. They're one of my go-to mallets, actually. Stickers, super great. Little end bits for the mallets if you want to stick them on there. Personally, I don't. Oh, this is cute. It's like a special little Hluru sticker. That's kind of silicone-y. Very cool. And the little mallet holder. Very cute. Okay, so now let's open this drum, because that's what I'm really excited about. Here it is. This is a fantastic case, by the way. I really like this. It's got kind of a protector right here on top. And the back also has some similar padding on the bottom and backpack straps, which is so exciting. Oh my gosh. And this is a cute little pocket for your mallets. How great. I love that. I haven't seen one with a mallet pocket before. That's fun. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. This just looks gorgeous. This is just really such an interesting design. I just love it. And it's such a... It sounds so cool. That center ding is a lot of fun. I'm not sure that that shape, the little dome on top, actually makes much of a difference to the sound, but it does look cool. But for a tongue pan, if you're looking for one from a more independent maker, that's going to cost you around $600 and $700, which is quite a bit. And this one sits around the $200 mark, which isn't really that bad. And it definitely has a unique sound compared to just a regular steel tongue drum. More overtones, more resonance. It's a lot of fun. Especially that. This one in particular is tuned in D minor. So if you have something tuned in F major or in D minor, it'll go well with that. Yeah. I want to show you the Hluru logo on the bottom there. So you know it's a Hluru drum. And there's the front, so pretty. And I do really like this braided rope around it. It's covering up a little silicone ring, which I found I really prefer to have on my tongue drums. I think it muffles some of the more clashing overtones, which is really nice. Okay, so all together, this drum has 9 tongues. And one of the more interesting features is that this center ding is 1, it's the D. But then the rest of the notes, this starts at 5. So 5, 6, 7, 1. This is another D. 2, 3, 4, 5. So it does have a whole octave, but it's not actually like a consecutive octave, which is kind of interesting. It does make for pretty good improvisation, but it also makes it really hard to play a lot of tunes on it. So do keep that in mind if you're more of the kind of person who likes playing tunes on their tongue drum. To add one last quick thing before I wrap up this review, and that is I think it's really interesting specifically with these tongue drums from China. You will often see drums that are made in almost exactly the same way, and in fact often in exactly the same way, but they have different brand names on them, and that can be really confusing for people who are used to things being under a certain brand name. But that's just not how it's done with a lot of things from China that I have noticed. A big example, and why I'm pointing it out right now, and I'm going to do a whole video on this in the future, but specifically about this drum. If you search back through my tongue drum playlist, you'll see that I have reviewed a drum that looks almost exactly like this, from a company called Beat Rise. And that's because it is the exact same drum. They are both stamped with the Hluru logo on the back, and some of them have logos that are like kind of pasted on the front, or even just like stickers. And this one doesn't have any logo, but it has a company name on Amazon that it's under. But those are all just, as far as I can tell, small little companies that are buying these instruments straight from the factory, and they all come from the same factory, and then reselling them under their brand's name. So although it can get really confusing, if you are on somewhere like Amazon that's a trustworthy source, where you know that you can return it if it's not what you wanted or if it's not anything like what was promised, if it looks exactly like another drum, it probably is exactly like another drum. And that is all I have for you about this Hluru handpan, tongue drum, Tonguepan. They're so new that they have so many names. If you'd like to pick up one for yourself, I will go ahead and put the Amazon link down in the description. Yeah. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will do my best to answer them for you. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Thank you all so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, go ahead and click on that subscription button right up there. Otherwise, if you would like to join my Patreon or buy me a coffee, the links to those are down in the description. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day.